Everyone. This is the week 4 overview for the week. So this is for April 20th to April 24th. You can see that at the top of the page, you can still have access to weeks 1, 2, and 3 in the event that you need to go back to anything. So this week, you're going to notice that kind of the beginning of the week is a little bit more note heavy, whereas the end of the week is where you're going to be working on a lab. So last week, I got a pretty positive response about the free body diagrams. A lot of you had said that you feel okay with them, which is wonderful to hear. So now we're going to take what you did next week and add just one more little step to it, which that's pretty much what physics does. We take, we have this basic concept, we add a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then we kind of have that full picture. So most of what you did last week is the major majority of this beginning conceptual portion. But today, or I should say on Monday, you are going to be looking at angles. And the good thing about angles is although, yes, we have another step, you should feel fairly comfortable with the angles because what we're going to do in Unit 5 is the same thing that we did in Unit 4 in terms of breaking down our angles using SOHCAHTOA, using the same trig that we kind of mastered in Unit 4. So you're going to see a lot of similarities between the first 2 weeks and this week. So what you're going to end up doing is you will finish up that original worksheet. Last week, you were only assigned problems 1 through 9, but then this week you'll be assigned the rest of them. And then as we go through on Tuesday, we're going to look at, hey, how do we put in the numbers? And then that's pretty much going to be it for the note side. So really you just have Monday and Tuesday where you're going to take some notes and you're going to do some problems. Then on Wednesday, it is Earth Day. So it's a pretty exciting day. And we're going to take a back seat physics is going to take a back seat because I would like you to focus on Earth Day for today. So, as you probably know, we were going to do the day of service this day. So, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, you had signed up for a service project, and unfortunately, we won't be able to do that. But we can still do something to give back to our community. It can still be a day of service, just in a little bit different form. So, since it's Earth Day, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going to, there's a local stream that's pretty close to my house that sadly has a lot of trash just kind of built up. There are plastic bags along the trees. There's like a popcorn tin. There is just a lot that shouldn't be there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that day and I'm going to go out and I'm going to clean up at least a portion of the stream as much as I can. And I invite you to think about what area around you that's local that you can still socially distance yourself. What area needs a little bit of tending to? And that could be maybe it's part of the Susquehanna, maybe it's a stream, maybe it's a hiking trail. Even one bag makes a difference. So that is my challenge to you today. Think about where you, hopefully maybe you and your family, could go and do a little bit of a cleanup project. Let this day of service extend to Earth Day, and let's go ahead and do a little bit of our part to make our environment just a little bit better. So I will be posting a picture for that day. If you have social media, you can include a hashtag of hashtag Earth Day 50PA. And I will have one more hashtag to put up there for you, one that will connect you to the school. But I will be putting that up probably within the hour. So you will see that secondary hashtag. I do invite you to share that, show everybody, what you've been doing, how you contributed to Earth Day, because this could be a really neat and powerful thing if we're all able to do this. So I do invite you, this is your challenge for today, is find a spot to give back. Now, one thing to note, again, still social distancing. This should not be something where you get all of your friends and you go to the same spot. That is not what this is for. Make sure that you're working with the people within your household. And please have a good pair of gloves. So gardening gloves, any thick pair of gloves. Don't go out with just like the spandexy latex ones. That will not protect your hands from some of the trash. Do make sure that you have a thick pair of gloves. All right, so that's for today. If you can't do that today, but maybe you can over the weekend, that's great. Just hopefully you can take a day where you go out and do this. So if you aren't able to do this or you're just looking ahead, you'll see that Thursday and Friday, you are going to be working on a Rube Goldberg machine. So this is where you're going to apply the conceptual aspect that we've been working on last week and this week. So here's kind of the overview here. The directions have been linked. You will notice that I ask you to make 5 moving components. And I did give you some inspiration down here. Now, you may or may not know what a Rube Goldberg machine is. You will from the different information that's been posted. But this Project Lab, is really about getting you to critically think about how all of those forces need to interact, and what do you need to do to apply those forces to finish your task, whatever you're trying to do. So this is very much so a critical thinking, problem solving, creative lab, rather than just straight up, here are a couple problems. We already did that. Now let's kind of get creative. Let's make this cool machine, and let's show off that cool machine. So those different pieces are in there. You'll take today, tomorrow, maybe over the weekend, and I'll also give you Monday. This is not a project that you're going to be able to just do in an hour. You'll see from some of these inspirations now, these are excessive. Like, they're amazing. I am not expecting you to create machines up to this level, but I am expecting you to put in some work, really think about, how can we use what's in our household to make all these different moving parts. But it is definitely 100% not something that you are going to finish within an hour. You will need to work on it today, tomorrow. You may work on it over the weekend if you can. You will work on it on Monday. So I expect that every single day you are working on this, because if you don't, you are not going to get it done. And it's going to be more of a pain than something that is meant to be an enjoyable project. I do want you to have fun with this. I'm hoping that people within your household kind of get into this, because this is something that could be really cool while applying physics. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're looking at this project. So that will, like I said, that'll round out the week. We'll start with kind of the notes. We'll celebrate Earth Day, and then we will go into the lab portion. So if I need to update you on anything, I will put it into the beginning video on that particular day if we need. But other than that, you should be going to Google Classroom after this in order to get the notes for the angle problems. All right, have a good week and stay safe. Bye-bye.